Imagine a star who rewrote the rules of Hollywood. Not content with playing the timid leading lady, Deborah Winger shattered expectations with raw intensity and unyielding independence. From her breakout performances to explosive on-set battles, her story is fuel for anyone daring to defy the status quo. Winger emerged from a blend of tradition and ambition, born into a world where strong expectations met fierce passion. Breaking free from conservative confines, she pursued an improbable path into a powerhouse industry, glamorous yet unforgiving. Winger's rise was hardly a fairy tale. It was punctuated with raw critiques, surprising setbacks, and a zealous spirit. With every challenge, she transformed her art into a proclamation of resilience and defiance against the industry norms. Balancing vulnerability with unmistakable strength, her powerful performances challenged conventional expectations. As Winger navigates the turbulent waters of Hollywood, she becomes an emblem of progressive change, proving that a fierce spirit can turn the tide against an often stiff environment defined by rigid roles. So unconventional yet alluring. Now, as Hollywood evolves, Deborah's lasting influence reverberates, inspiring courageous women to fight for their rights, challenging stereotypes, and demanding respect in an ever-changing landscape. This is the journey of a woman who couldn't just exist within the boundaries set by an industry long defined by conformity. Her legacy is not merely about the roles she played, but about the barriers she broke, the paths she paved for future generations, and the kind of spirit that knows no confines or limitations, ever ready to defy. Born on May 16, 1955, in Cleveland, Ohio, Deborah Winger grew up in a family that embraced Jewish traditions, while also harboring dreams that flickered beyond the conventional. As a child, she was torn between the expectations of her conservative upbringing and her insatiable desire to perform. This internal conflict ignited a flame of ambition within her, driving her to pursue acting, even when it was deemed inappropriate for a young girl in her community. Moving to California at just 5 years old, her parents sought stability, but Deborah was fueled by a passion that couldn't be contained. In a world where acting was often dismissed as an unworthy pursuit, she trained quietly in front of the mirror, absorbed classic films, and cultivated her own unique style. Despite skipping grades and graduating high school at 15, she initially took a pragmatic route, enrolling in college to study criminology. However, her heart was always leaning towards the arts. While working part-time at an amusement park, her life took a dramatic turn when a freak accident left her seriously injured, but it also ignited her determination to fight back. This setback fueled her resolve to follow her artistic dreams. Her return to acting after recovery was like a phoenix rising from the ashes. With every role she took, she challenged the norms and fought against the stereotypes that insisted women should be seen and not heard. Deborah Winger's journey was never about fitting in. It was about breaking barriers, opening doors, and proving that talent and passion can emerge, even from the brightest flames of adversity. Deborah Winger's ascent in Hollywood was nothing short of remarkable, marked by a fierce determination to carve her own identity in a male-dominated industry. She burst onto the scene with raw intensity, leaving an indelible mark through her performances in films like Urban Cowboy, where her portrayal of a strong-willed woman captivated audiences. However, it wasn't just her talent that set her apart. It was her unwavering refusal to fit into the traditional roles that Hollywood often assigned to women. From the very start of her career, Winger faced tough battles on set, engaging in fierce clashes with directors and co-stars alike, determined to assert her artistic vision. Her outspoken nature often led to controversy, particularly as she challenged established norms concerning femininity and vulnerability. By embracing her authenticity rather than conforming to Hollywood's stringent expectations, she became a formidable force, demanding respect and recognition as a serious actress. Yet, this boldness came at a cost. She was often labeled difficult, a stigma that followed her throughout her career. Still, Winger turned these challenges into opportunities, using them as fuel to propel herself further into her craft. Her persistent drive not only resulted in iconic roles, but also instigated significant conversations about the portrayal of women in film. In a time when actresses were expected to remain compliant and demure, Winger stood tall, forging a new path for herself and countless others who would follow. Her battles became a part of her legacy, a testament to a woman who fought not just for herself, but for the future of all women in Hollywood. Behind the glare of the spotlight lay a tumultuous personal journey, full of heartache and unexpected challenges. Deborah Winger navigated a path marked by resilience and strength, grappling with the harsh realities of both her career and personal life. Facing relentless pressure from the industry, she battled against being typecast and defined by traditional roles, all while striving to maintain her identity and artistic integrity. A pivotal moment came with her whirlwind marriage to actor Timothy Hutton, a fiery romance that captivated the public. But, as their careers soared, cracks began to show, and what seemed like a perfect love story devolved into chaos. Shortly after their wedding, tragedy struck. She suffered a heartbreaking miscarriage, plunging her into an abyss of grief that took its toll on both her emotional and physical well-being. The emotional scar left behind by this loss was profound, impacting her deeply, as she struggled to reconcile her intense desire for family with the gnawing sense of vulnerability that came with her career. Yet, even in the depths of despair, Winger showcased a remarkable level of determination. She chose not to be defined by her hardships. Instead, she emerged from the darkness, channeling her pain into resilience, fueling her passion for acting as a means of self-expression and recovery. This evolution was beautiful and inspiring, as viewers watched her forge ahead in an industry that often sought to stifle the very spirit she embodied. Still, through every setback, every unyielding force against her dreams, Deborah Winger stood tall, transforming her struggles into powerful narratives, a symbol not just of rebellion, but of unwavering tenacity, a beacon of hope for those who dared to follow her path. Deborah Winger's foray into Hollywood was nothing short of extraordinary, as she challenged the norms of her time. With roles that marked her as a fierce presence, she transformed from an unknown into a leading figure in the film industry. Her breakthrough came in 1980 with the film Urban Cowboy, where her raw intensity captivated audiences, setting a new standard for female characters. Winger didn't just act. She inhabited her roles with an unparalleled depth, showcasing a blend of vulnerability and strength that had rarely been seen before on screen. This dynamic energy made her part of jaw-dropping moments, like her performance in An Officer and a Gentleman, where she became a symbol of empowerment, portraying a woman seeking her place against all odds. This role, alongside iconic scenes, resonated with many, allowing her to challenge Hollywood's depiction of women as mere objects of desire. Her strong-willed demeanor often led to conflicts behind the scenes, notably with co-stars like Richard Gere. Their tensions mirrored the struggles actresses faced in a male-dominated industry, as she vocally opposed the industry's standards, demanding respect and authenticity. Winger's ability to forge her identity amidst chaos didn't just challenge Hollywood. It inspired countless actresses to embrace their individuality. This not only opened doors, but also sparked critical conversations about women's roles in the film industry. Today, her impact can still be seen in the defiance of contemporary actresses who continue the fight for equal representation and respect in Hollywood. echoing Winger's legacy as a trailblazer who forever altered the cinematic landscape. Deborah Winger's journey through Hollywood is a remarkable testament to the power of authenticity, resilience, and self-discovery. After stepping away from the glaring spotlight, she found solace in the quiet rhythms of life away from the camera, cultivating a sense of peace that eluded many in the industry. Winger's return to acting, albeit in independent projects, reflects her commitment to meaningful work over mere fame. She reinvents herself not by chasing trends, but by staying true to her artistic integrity, allowing her roles to align with her values rather than Hollywood's expectations. As audiences embraced her for the beautiful complexity of her characters, Winger conveyed stories that resonate on deeper levels, empowering both herself and those who follow. Each performance, whether in film or television, serves as a reminder that an actress doesn't need to dominate the box office to make an impact. In embracing her unique voice and path, she exemplifies that reinvention is not merely a response to time, but a conscious choice rooted in self-awareness. Winger's legacy is not defined solely by her iconic roles. It is about her unwavering spirit and determination to elevate women's narratives within the industry. Today, she stands as an inspiration for actresses aiming to carve their own paths, demonstrating that true strength lies in vulnerability, authenticity, and the courage to remain true to oneself amidst a world of fleeting fame. Deborah Winger may not be a constant presence in Hollywood anymore, but her influence continues to guide the next generation of women fighting for equality and representation, ensuring her legacy is deeply embedded in the fabric of cinematic history. Ultimately, Deborah Winger's journey through the tumultuous landscape of Hollywood serves as an inspiring testament to resilience and authenticity. Breaking down barriers, she not only claimed her space as a powerhouse actress, but also paved the way for future generations of women who aspire to flourish in a male-dominated industry. Her unique blend of talent and tenacity brought forth unforgettable performances that challenged societal norms, and, more importantly, her legacy transcends the silver screen. As she walked away from Hollywood at the peak of her career, she did so not as a defeat, but as an assertion of self-worth, believing that happiness resides in living true to oneself. Winger's story encourages all of us to pursue our dreams, regardless of societal pressures, and to seek fulfillment rather than mere fame. Today, as her influence echoes in the actions of actresses advocating for equality, her fearless spirit exemplifies how one woman's audacity can invoke lasting change. As we reflect on Deborah Winger's impact, it's evident that her life is not merely a narrative of fame, but a powerful call to embrace individuality, to stand firm in our convictions, and to remember that true victory lies in living authentically. Her story leaves us questioning, what sacrifices are we willing to make for authenticity? How do we measure success in our lives? For every observer, the answers may differ, but Winger's legacy serves as a guiding light, a reminder that we can all choose to forge our paths, defy the odds, and create our definitions of success, much like she did.